Hello everyone. Before we can get started with the continuous integration and continuous deployment training, we'll have to set up a few basic things. So here I will get you through the process. First of all, we will need Python. I'm assuming that most of you have already used it, so I'm not going to go through the installation process. But we will need a Python package called PyTest, which is very widely used for testing. The way we can check whether we have already installed is using this command. Ideally, you should be using some sort of environment manager like virtual environments or Conda environments. In my case, I'm using Conda. As you'll see here, I'm already in a custom environment. If we run this command, you'll see that you might get an error like this, which means that PyTest is not installed. And if it's not, we can simply go ahead and run pip install PyTest to get it installed. And you'll see that if we run the command again, we won't get any error, which means that now it's properly installed. If you want more information about PyTest, you can look at the website. It's very useful to know more about it. The other thing that we need is that we'll need to set up a new repository so that we can play around with the CI with some code. So the way we'll do this is by going to GitHub. If you click over here on this plus symbol and then new repository, we can name the new repository simply virtual pipelines event selection. For the owner, you should choose your profile, and you can decide whether you want to make it public or private. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go ahead and make it private, and then we can simply click on create repository. Now if we go back to the setup page, what we need to do is we'll need to clone some different repository that already contains some code. We can simply copy and paste this into our terminal. And we can change directory to this new repository. And you'll see that currently the way Git is set up is to point to this GitHub repository that we just cloned. But we want to make it point to the new repository that we created in our profile, so we can play around with it without having to push to some different repository that we don't own. So what we'll do is we'll run this command. Here we have to replace this part with our GitHub username. And now if we run git remote -v again, you'll see that now it points to this new repository that we just created on GitHub. So the last step we need to do is to change the branch name to main, which is more standard nowadays. And then we can simply push this main branch into our GitHub repository. We do git push, origin, then main, enter our password, and then if we refresh this page here, you'll see that now it contains some code which we'll use to play around and implement some CI. So this is all you need for setup. I will see you later for the training.